From Neural Newscast, this is Prime Cyber Insights, intelligence for defenders, leaders, and decision-makers.
Welcome to Prime Cyber Insights for April 16th, 2026. We are moving fast today with a high-stakes infrastructure briefing. Joining me to analyze these developments is Lauren.
Thanks, Aaron. We're starting with critical patches from Cisco. They have disclosed 4 significant flaws in identity services and Webex, including several carrying a CVSS score of 9.9. The exposure is severe, ranging from remote code execution to full user impersonation.
Specifically, 2026 Cape Verde escudos, 20,184 in Webex. This involves improper certificate validation in the SSO integration, allowing unauthenticated remote attackers to impersonate any user. Simultaneously, we are tracking a massive leak from textbook giant McGraw Hill. Reports from Have I Been Pwned and The Register indicate a Salesforce-hosted page misconfiguration leaked 13.5 million records, including names and phone numbers.
While McGraw Hill claims this did not touch their internal systems, the 100 gigabytes of data now appearing on dark web leak sites suggests a serious impact for the users involved. Joining us today is Chad Thompson, a director-level security leader with a systems-level perspective on automation and risk. Chad, we are seeing a new breed of vulnerabilities in AI-adjacent infrastructure, specifically the Nginx UI bypass involving the Model Context Protocol, or MC pages. How is this changing the risk profile for standard web servers?
Lauren, MCP is designed to allow AI agents to manage configurations directly, but in the case of NGX UI and CVE 2020-6032, it created an unauthenticated messages endpoint. Attackers are using this to write malicious server blocks and reload configurations without any credentials. It turns a management tool into a direct vector for total server takeover because the protocol assumptions did not match the application's security posture.
Chad, look at the scale of this. Over 2,600 exposed instances found via Shodan. For a practitioner, is the lesson here that we should not be exposing management interfaces at all? Or is the integration of these AI protocols fundamentally flawed?
It comes down to shadow endpoints, Aaron. Developers often protect the initial session, but leave command execution endpoints open to the network. In an automated agentic environment, you must apply zero trust principles to every internal API call. If your management UI supports a protocol like M-CP, you must verify that the same RBAC and authentication headers apply to those new streaming endpoints.
We have seen similar logic gaps in the McGraw Hill case, where a limited Salesforce-hosted page led to millions of exposed records. Chad, does this suggest we are moving into an era where misconfigured integrations are more dangerous than core software vulnerabilities themselves?
Absolutely, Lauren. The core platforms like Salesforce or Nginx are often robust. The breach happens in the glue, the third-party plugins, and custom-hosted pages. We are also seeing a rise in hijacked WordPress plugins, where malicious actors buy legitimate plugin companies just to inject backdoors. The system-level risk is now defined by the weakest link in your automated supply chain.
Chad, thank you for that context. It frames why identity and integration points are the primary battleground right now. Lauren, this ties directly back to the UAC 24/7 activity reported by CERT UA today, using AI-generated sites and compromised XSS vulnerabilities to deliver data-stealing malware to healthcare clinics in Ukraine.
It is a persistent theme. Whether it is Cisco's SSO flaws, Salesforce misconfigurations, or malware targeting WhatsApp and Chromium browsers, the goal is always the identity. For our listeners, the immediate move is clear. patch ISE to the latest versions, migrate to NGINX UI 2.3.6, and audit any public-facing Salesforce pages.
We will be back tomorrow with more deep dives. For more details on these stories, visit pci.neuralnewscast.com. This podcast is a product of Neural Newscast, and the information provided is for educational purposes only. Always consult with your security team before making infrastructure changes. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.
This has been Prime Cyber Insights on Neural Newscast. Intelligence for defenders, leaders, and decision makers.